How did you find out that she was on the missing list?
It was the disappearance that shook the world.
Where's Ginger?
She's ill at the moment.
The real reason Ginger Spice turned her back on the Spice Girls finally revealed.
Geri and Mel B had a very fiery relationship.
When I first met Mel B, I thought, what a beautiful girl.
Me and Geri alone together. Oh my God! Craziness.
Did you sleep with Geri?
Geri Halliwell denies rumours of her and Mel B's relationship.
Spice Girls had become a monster that was spinning out of control.
I think it's stronger with just the four of us.
That says absolutely everything.
Oh, she knows what she's doing.
You don't need me, well, you.
It went from fun to nasty overnight.
Reports emerge of life-threatening secret Geri hid after leaving the Spice Girls.
We all use different tools to get by. It's bloody dangerous. I'm just not the most important person in anybody's life anymore.
She left the bit. It must have been very hard to see this continuing success story going on.
Geri said it's all over.
I just completely emotionally shut down. So painful.
She went into shock.
We searched for her in the hotel and we couldn't find her. She was just gone.
Did you think she'd been abducted?
Well, kidnapped.
The other room was full of lawyers and stuff, and no one knew what was going on.
No one thought Geri would abandon the band she put everything into.
Picked the name Spice Girls.
Wish I could say it was me. I think it was Geri.
Geri, being super ambitious, she really drove the project.
It's all about females coming together. We can do it, and doing it for the other girls out there.
Geri bonded with all the Spice Girls, but one relationship was especially intense.
With me and Geri, once you put us together, there was no stopping. Me and Geri alone together, craziness.
Amazing feeling to have somebody that was as brave as you. If I jumped off, she'd jump with me.
I can't imagine life without us. Do you like my new family?
But no one knew Geri was hiding a painful secret about her own family.
I got called out of class and I got a message, you've got to go straight home. My brother was waiting for me and told me he found his body.
Her father, who'd always encouraged her to follow her dreams, had suffered a sudden and fatal heart attack.
Geri always had a kindred spirit in her father. He'd managed to fan the fires of her showbiz dreams.
I'm absolutely gutted that I don't have a father in my life.
I had this horrible horror. Eventually you will be alone.
Geri didn't know how to handle her grief, so she scrambled for control.
I was really struggling with an eating disorder. When my father died, it really kicked it off. We all use different tools to get by, coping mechanisms. And for me, mine was controlling my body weight. I was very, very controlling. It was so painful. And so I just turned all that pain into that, like, right, I'm gonna make it.
But at the height of their fame, the other girls started to push back.
I was almost militant with the girls.
Basically, I think that every group does need a bit of an organiser. I wouldn't say I'm bossy, more of an organiser.
I remember being really shouted at by Geri quite a few times. Sometimes she would think everything she said and did was how it should be. And of course, that's not true.
As time went on, Geri's power was taken away from her. It was diminishing. Other people were coming through the ranks within the band.
I remember knowing in my heart, I was going to leave. It was so empty and I'd given them everything I could. The band had got so big and the girls, they didn't need me anymore. And like the wheels were turning whether I was there or not, it felt.
Yesterday, I left the Spice Girls.
And worst of all, Geri's relationship with Mel B fell apart.
You were great friends, and you said it really hurt you.
And what bothered me was that she didn't feel like she could talk to me. Because I'm considered her as my best friend. It was really, really upsetting for me.
Melanie and Geri have a relationship with each other. It was deeper than a lot of people think.
Did you sleep with Geri like that? Yes, really?
I really did cry. It's sad.
Geri, you're going to the wedding.
Who's wedding?
Mel's.
I haven't been invited.
I read in a Sunday Times paper in this interview, and it said, Melanie B, quote, "Oh, we're stronger than ever since Geri's left. We don't need her anymore." And to be honest, that says absolutely everything. Like, right, you don't need me, well, F you, I'm gonna do it for myself.
Wanting to prove Mel B wrong, Geri became obsessed with controlling her own success.
Geri's Spice success carried over into her solo career.
You sold 12 million records as a solo artist.
For me to go into a studio by myself was very daunting.
The pressure of being a solo artist when you don't have a team of people around you, it can be a lonely place.
But all alone, Geri's grief over her dad overwhelmed her.
And it wasn't until I left the band, that's when I started to really feel how much I missed him. I was incredibly lonely. I stopped eating. It was a way of not engaging. I just completely emotionally shut down. It's bloody dangerous.
Geri's addiction to control was destroying her.
Somebody told me to go to a 12-step program.
Did it work?
Yeah, it saved my life. When I started getting help, oh my God, it was just... It takes so much. I admire anybody that reaches out and says, can't do this alone.
When I was in the Spice Girls, when we'd enter a room together, you feel a little bit more confident when you're in a pack.
That sort of female support, that understanding, that connection, that I will only ever get from them.
I didn't realise how much they were part of my life. That was the defining moment.
No longer blinded by her need for control, Geri could finally see what she'd been missing.
When did you first see Mel B again?
I drove up to her house and just talked it through. I wanted to go around and say, I'm sorry for my part.
Did you forgive her?
Actually made us closer because we got to understand each other more and we got to have a proper conversation. It just sealed that thing that we have with each other, which is really special.
Isn't that wonderful that we still love each other?
The Spice Girls are reuniting, heading out on tour.
This is the greatest entertainment news story of all time.
This reunion was about reconciliation. It should be the reconciliation tour.
It was a huge moment in my life when they came out. It was girl power, and it was a really important period of my life.
They taught me about girl power, and I love them.
By letting go of control, Geri found true success standing with Mel B and the rest of the Spice Girls.
It's those Spice Girls! To be back here, thank you. We've come home.
I think you'd be very proud of me.
Thank you.
In life, you know, we can all take things for granted. We can lose touch with what's important.
It feels so much stronger and more empowering when you're together.